Hello, Aries, and welcome to Fifi and Gigi's Tarot Readings. Aries, I hope you had a magnificent weekend. It is Monday here in Australia. It is a beautiful day. I enjoy my matcha tea. So speaking about tea, what's the tea? We're going to be starting off with this oracle deck, what you need to know or what's going on at the moment. And then we'll be moving on to the tarot and, of course, focusing on the September love energies. We're going to be looking at you, Aries, and your person. So let's look at what's the tea. Remember, Aries, please take what resonates with you. Relax. Okay, it's going to be in their head. Overthinking, stress, overanalyzing. So you're definitely in their head, but they're overthinking, they're stressed, they're overanalyzing. Sometimes if we look at this card a little bit differently, though, this could be definitely something like the Two of Swords, when there is analysis paralysis, thinking a lot but not taking any action. That could be a card like the Hermit too, where someone is thinking but they're doing a bit of self-reflection. That's all. So let's have a look at the tarot. So Aries, as I quickly shuffle these cards, just a quick announcement. Fifi and I have a beautiful master tarot course available. So if you do wish to learn tarot, to be taught by myself and Fifi, and learn the meaning behind each card, we do have a great master course available. It is self-paced, 100% online. All the content can be viewed on any device or downloaded. Everything there is yours. It's available. However, though, if you still want to take a glimpse, what does the course look like? Go to the description box. There is a link and it will take you to a sample of the course where Fifi explains the major arcana. So you can actually have a look. What does the course look like? And you can make a decision then. So before you fully commit, I highly recommend you check out the link below, have a look at the sample of the course, and then you can make a more precise decision to enroll now or tomorrow. Okay, so let's get started. Show me the September love energies, please. What does Aries need to know? September, please. What do we need to know for September? Aries, behind the deck, we do have the Ten of Wands. This is the card of a burnout, exhaustion. Some of you may be feeling this right now. Slow down. Take it easy. I know it's very easy for me to say. We also have the Ace of Cups. Okay, don't worry. This is going to be a thing of the past. Ace of Cups, again, that is a card of love and romance too. Now, why do we have the Ten of Wands? Why do we have such a burnout? Because of the Tower. It's telling you that there is something that's not working. So what do? We have to either rebuild or we walk away from the Tower. But you also have the Ace of Pentacles. So again, the Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, some of you may decide to give this situation a chance. Some of you may actually be deciding to walk away and look for someone new. Okay, let's have a look at it. We're going to be looking at you first, Aries. Then your person. Okay. So Aries, what's going on right now, please? Okay. Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is the bearer of good news. There's good news traveling your way. So Eight of Wands is also the minor arcana of the Chariot movement. The bearer of good news, messages are coming your way. And again, the wands are kind of like already telling you, Aries, whatever news do come your way, take action. Because all wands do represent that we've got to take action. So how is this going to affect you? There you are, Aries. The Emperor. So the Emperor is actually ruled by the Emperor card. This is telling you take a stand. Do not delay. Take action. The Emperor is leader. Now, Aries, you being obviously represented by the ram, Aries are natural born leaders. Aries are not afraid to face literally anything. And even if there is a little bit of fear, you find that courage to move that to the side and still face whatever it is that you need to face. So news are traveling your way. It's going to require your attention and, of course, for you to take that next step, for you to decide what are you going to do next. Like, I really can't wait to clarify these cards, to be honest. Now let's look at your person. What's happening with your person right now? Eight of Swords. They're feeling a little bit trapped, imprisoned. They're listening to their negative thoughts. They're listening to a lot of rumination that's going on, like it's going on a Ferris wheel, actually. Now, this card is very linked to in their head, overthinking, overanalyzing. And I'll tell you one thing, the cure to rumination is action. It's so simple, right? Action. So I feel like definitely your person is too much in their head, way too much. Look at you, Aries. You're being represented as the Emperor. You've got everything together. Your person here doesn't. No, not with the Eight of Swords. Again, if you notice that the swords are not touching this person, they can free themselves. They can. So again, a little bit in their head. There could be anxiety too. And the swords are pointing down. They are thinking instead of speaking their truth. They're not voicing their truth here. If anything, they're just kind of like their mind is going around like a washing machine. And it's not going anywhere. So what do they need to know? They need to ground themselves. The Queen of Pentacles. To get out of this, and again, these cards are giving you, Aries, what you need to do. It's giving your person what they need to do. It's giving you the heads up. The Queen of Pentacles grounds herself and separates fantasy from reality. So your person really needs to look at the reality of the situation at the moment and really be brave enough to confront the reality. So what is the reality telling them? And this card is also telling your person to not also lose touch of their own responsibilities. But I feel like they have responsibilities that they still need to take care of. It could be a home, could be children, family. And again, you may be married to this person because usually the Queen of Pentacles is someone that is married and they need to face their truth here. Notice that this person is looking at the present moment. It's kind of like this card is even telling that your person needs to do this now and not delay any further. So the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords, the King or the Queen are the rulers of communication. Aries, do yourself a favor. Before you speak, before you're going to say something, think things through because you may just regret it. Why do I say that? See how the sword is pointing down with the king. Just think before you speak. It's very important that you do. And look at the logic of the situation. Kind of like approach the situation like a lawyer. A lawyer just looks at the facts. What's in front? So this is kind of like saying that, to kind of like maybe improve this situation, look at it from a different point of view, from your head, not from your heart. And then we also have the Magician. I love the Magician. On its own, it's an amazing, fantastic card. It is a card of manifestation. It's also a card that it's kind of like telling you, Aries, you have all the tools and the resources to make this work. Don't forget about that. You have all the tools to do everything and everything. But I'm definitely going to add, and I can see why you also have the Ten of Wands. There's something going on here with your person that's not working, kind of like the Tower. There's something, again, this whole rumination thing can get in the way of a relationship because it's like they hold themselves back. I feel like you want to go forward, Aries, because again, the Emperor, that's someone that takes action, does not hold back. There's no procrastination here. There's a bit of procrastination here with your person, with the Eight of Swords, something that's holding them back. And I get it, Aries, you really want to move forward. Now, the good news is with the Magician, apart from telling you all the tools and the resources, it's also kind of like reminding you, Aries, to also think about the things that you really want also, not the things that you do not want. Think before you speak. It's very important that you do, because sometimes, yes, the King of Swords can have a bit of an acid tongue. Sometimes the King of Swords can say something and they can regret it. But there is good news also. So we need to clarify. Let's clarify. Let's understand this a little bit further. So I'm going to be moving on to the Cat Tarot. Let's see. What does Aries need to know, please? Eight of Wands. Okay. Aries, there. There you are. The beautiful Queen of Wands. There's going to be news traveling to you. You're going to take action here. You may just even propose something to your person. Because again, I feel like you're coming up with ideas. Some of you may have ideas to travel somewhere, go to, not so much overseas. I'm kind of getting more of an interstate, like visiting a different state as a trip, where there's a lot of, I'm not getting snow, but there's a lot of like woods in this particular state. I'm seeing lots of woods, like tall trees. Very beautiful. So I feel like, again, Aries, you kind of like want to travel somewhere, you want to go somewhere. Four of Cups. Okay. So Four of Cups, again, sometimes Aries, I almost feel like as much as you want to take action, as much as you want things to start to move, even with the Four of Cups can show sometimes you're feeling a little bit melancholic. It's normal. You know, you miss the good old days. You miss the fun times. You miss those days where it was just fun. You can still do that. Because again, the Four of Cups is kind of like you're going to be getting messages in the next couple of weeks. You may hear a song. You may see a sign. You're going to see something, Aries, that's going to resonate with you. Now, the first thing that's come through, I'm seeing a white gym. There are speakers on the top and some particular music. It's an old one from the 90s may come through and it's going to resonate with you. So I feel like you want to get somewhere outdoors. I feel like you want to really just have a change of scenery, which is fine. I think you should do it, Aries. Let's look at your person. Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is really it's really telling that your person that the Eight of Swords, I mean double eights. Do I like that? No, not really, but eights and eights. Eight of Cups, the Eight of Swords, it's kind of like telling your person that the Eight of Swords is not serving them. It's not serving them. They need to start taking action. Because they know. The more they ruminate, the more they just stay within their headspace, the less they are likely to take action. Now, the Knight of Cups, it's the second slowest moving knight. They will take action in their own time when they are ready. But again, the Eight of Cups, it's really telling your person the Eight of Swords is not serving them. There's something better. It's kind of like the Eight of Cups. It's kind of like trying to force your person. Turn your back on the Eight of Swords. Walk away from that. This whole thing of rumination, overthinking, over-analyzing, it leads to nowhere. It leads to nowhere. The Queen of Pentacles. Three of Swords. Interesting with the Three of Swords. Aries. You're not the problem here. And I'm going to be very honest with my readings. I feel that there is some form of regret with your person. I feel that there's something that they're doing that's not serving them. The Five of Swords, it can show someone that's very impulsive sometimes. It can show someone that can be a little bit catty, my way or the highway. It's not serving them. The way and again, this section here, yeah, that's the Tower right there. The foundation is not working because, unfortunately, the way your person handles things, it's not serving them. It's like they need to turn around and start again. Because, unfortunately, with the Three of Swords, that's the card of heartbreak. Sometimes I almost feel like they're kind of like can really easily turn into the victim mode here. When I feel that the only thing that you want, Aries, you just want to move forward. But somehow, and I shouldn't say this, but I am going to say, I feel this person creates their own problems. Somehow there is no problem, but they manage to create a problem, unfortunately. And yes, the Five of Swords can show someone that can be a little bit selfish, my way or the highway. It has to be my way. When no, dichotomous thinking doesn't serve us. They need to find shades of grays to be able to negotiate with you, to be able to at least meet you in the middle here. Have they been telling you all the truth? Do you feel that sometimes your person is lying to you sometimes? They're not speaking their truth. So what happens? They overthink, they overanalyze. The King of Swords. Remember what I said with the King of Swords? Think before you speak. You also have the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is a beautiful card. Again, Nine of Cups, that's the card of celebrations. It can show that, yes, good times can actually come here. It can come. But we need to address the Tower. We need to address this because I definitely feel that it's getting in the way. I know I said before, think before you speak, but I would definitely say whatever it is that you need to talk about, do it face to face. Face each other. Not over through the phone. No, this needs to be face to face because sometimes when you do things face to face, you can see the person's facial expressions. Where are they looking? Are they looking to remember something or are they constructing a lie, as an example? So better to do things face to face to be able to really, really think about what you're going to say, Aries. And we're going to be looking at the Magician now. Let's see the Magician. So Aries, let's look at now the Magician. The Ten of Cups. Again, Ten of Cups, we know that is emotional happiness. But look at this. The Tower. It's the Tower. Right there. So we need to talk about the foundation that isn't working. We need to talk about it. There's the Magician again. The foundation, again, I almost feel like this the way your person handles certain things, and again, they may say things, and again, they may get too much in their head. Does that work? Does that serve them? Absolutely not. So we need to address it. We need to face it, because sometimes even with the Five of Swords, there can be a little bit of cuttiness too. There can be manipulation. So as the Magician, we need to be very, very creative. We need to talk about certain things. That's why I need to go back to the King of Swords. Think before you speak too. So if you do want things to improve, we do need to face that Tower. We do need to address it. And of course, we need to take action with the Two of Wands. Two of Wands, we need to make that decision. So think about that for a moment. September is going to be about facing the music here. The thing is, Aries, that I can see that you just want to move forward here. You really want things to progress. And you also miss the fun times. You miss those happy days when it was just very carefree. It was just beautiful. However, though, your person being too much in their head gets in the way of this relationship. It really, really does. And unfortunately, they create heartbreak. They create heartbreak with you, Aries. And the third party intrusion here, I do believe it's their own mind with the Five of Swords. Overthinking, overanalyzing, it gets in the way. I almost feel like when they overthink, what are they afraid of? You know, and that's the thing with life. Life is all about risks here. So we do need to address the Tower. We need to really be able to understand what's going on. Remember with the Tower, just because there is a foundation that's not working doesn't mean that it's a deal breaker. On the contrary, we can rebuild the Tower. We can really make things work. So that is your reading, Aries, for September. These are the energies. I need you to be the Emperor. So any actions that you feel that you need to take, you need to address, that you need to talk about, yes, absolutely do it with the Emperor. And also, don't forget to think before you speak. And I feel that your person listening to you, they can actually really understand where you're coming from. They can see your point of view. So thank you so much, Aries, for joining me. I wish you an absolutely amazing month for September. Don't forget, again, for those that do wish to study our course, check out the link in the description box where you can have a look at a sample. Power to you, Aries. Have an amazing week. And of course, I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.